up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. Woo! It's cold outside now. It's getting a little chilly out here. Not gonna lie, the heaters are having trouble keeping up. Hopefully you can see that. I haven't been working out in my shop much when it starts to get to this type of weather. Got something else kind of lined up in the works here, and hopefully tomorrow maybe I can make a little video and talk about it. But more new things coming to the channel as always. But we are doing exciting stuff. But on to today's video, which is going to be a follow-up on a 1-year review on the Matco Hyperstep drill bits. And what we're going to talk about, let me get a drill. Well, I was using my air drill today. Believe it or not, air drills, this thing is buck nasty. This is a Mac. I tell you what, I'm not here to talk about this, but this is an AD120Q. Very quiet. You can see I beat this one up. I actually enjoy using this drill. This thing, the snout's long enough, gets into some spots even better, but it's quiet and it's powerful. This thing runs at about, I want to say 500 RPMs. I don't know if it says it on here anywhere. It's, oh, 400 RPMs, excuse me. I was off 100, but believe it or not, this chuck is really nice. This is still one of the good chucks that chucks up the drill bit. These things work really well. I had to do some drilling on a manifold here. Guy stopped by, which was perfect because it's nice and warm. You know, the thing about working in your own shop where you got it's a little bit chilly. Don't quite got everything set up the way I want here, but that's because this was never intended to be permanent. But it is nice to have your own place to work on stuff. So this works for me for doing a lot of the things I do. I like to do diagnostics and stuff like that. But anyways, back to the Matco drill bits. I really do enjoy the drill bits. I will tell you, but I did notice one thing, and I had a problem today. They pulled out the bit here. You can see that I've been using these pretty extensively. These are definitely getting a workout. Now, I want you to explore something, or I want you to think about something when you buy these bits. I had one guy who's already experienced this, and I guess I would assume common sense usually comes into play, but this did not come into play for this gentleman, and it ended up costing them a lot of money. Now, as you know, there are several styles of bits out there, and I want you to look at this real quick because this is a big deal. This is a split point bit. These are my turbo cobalt bits, and I got a video that I'm going to shoot in here in a minute, and I'll let you guys look at the bits at the Matcos in action. I have titanium, I have cobalt, we have split point. Come on, fella, get out of there. So I have titanium. These are Mac titanium bits. You're going to notice the point on those bits, which is a little bit different than these. And you're going to notice a bit that the Hypersteps, which obviously has a different tip on it. Now, what's the big deal with that? Well, I can tell you right now, when you're drilling something, you want to pay attention to that real closely. Frickin' hands don't work when it gets chilly. You want to pay attention to that real closely because I've noticed one problem with these Hypersteps. Okay, you're normally used to drilling in, but that extra point on there, when you pull it out, you're going to notice that you're not drilling as deep. Well, if you're drilling something into a manifold or something like that, you can easily punch into a water jacket. And I'm going to snip into this clip here real quick, and then I will come back, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit more because I just want to show you how well the Hypersteps work and what I really do like how they drill. And the nice thing is you're not supposed to have to center punch, and I've never had to center punch and never do center punch, and I really like that because I can grab my bit and go to work. So let's go into this drilling into some pretty thick steel. It's mild steel, but it's pretty thick. We were working on a wood splitter for a customer, and let's check that out, and then we'll come back. Just chewed right through it.
It did too.
I think this is the first time Brian's actually used the hyper steps. How'd you feel about it?
Yeah.
Worked pretty good?
Nice, smooth. Started with a 3/8
Let's see the
bit.
tip on it. You started with a smaller bit?
No, I started with a 3/8 bit. I didn't even do a pilot hole.
Just wondering, well, you're not supposed to have to drill with a pilot hole. These are the Cobalt Hyper Steps. What we got, 1/4 inch?
3/8 plate.
3/8 plate. Look at it just throwing the ribbons out. That's what I love about them right there. This is how you guys drill with these. If you want your drill bits to stay in good shape. Just notice how he's not going super fast. And he's just drilling at a nice even pace, straight up and down.
Oh, they went to wall battery went.
And the battery went in. Oh, she went through though. Alright, so so now I hope you enjoyed that clip there that kind of showed the actual, you know, hyper steps in work. And with an old DeWalt drill, by the way. People make fun of DeWalt and say DeWalt's not worth a crap. That drill is 20 years old. He refuses to buy a new one, which is fine with me, but quite frankly, you don't need a crazy drill. And I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty... Come on, fella. Come on, fella. Get out of here. I'm pretty happy with this for most of my drilling applications when I do use the Milwaukee drill. This size drill, just the field drill. Sorry, I can't talk either. The fuel drill, low setting. This thing does a really good job if you keep this on low and you run this in. But, once again, I want to get back to this point because that is the point of my whole video. If you are drilling and your depth goes through here and you're trying to get to a flush spot, you want to be making damn sure that you're not using these bits. I had a guy that punched through a water jacket in the block using the hyper steps, and he actually was a friend of mine, and he actually was like, you bragged about these things and talked about how great they were, but man, they just went right in and dug right in and cracked the water jacket. He got too deep because he was trying to drill out the stud, and what he forgot was that when he was drilling, he was getting that point in there deeper. So the one bad thing and the one negative thing I have to say about the hyper steps after using them for a year, I bought this set a year ago, and this is just the high-speed steel. We have the mechanics length cobalts at the shop. You know, I think they're a great bit, but I'm going to tell you right now, they are still not the end-all be-all, and I will take anybody to the bank for that if you want to argue with me. The one thing that is a problem with them is that you cannot drill out a stud or anything to the bottom depth without using a split point or a normal round or normal tip drill bit because of the depth size on your drill bit. And that's what happens when you do real world tool reviews after a year, is that you find out things like this. And I actually kind of, I guess, in the back of my mind knew that, but I never even really thought that would be an issue until my buddy said he did it. Well, actually, it was his guy that did it. So I want everybody to know that the hyper steps are great bits, but they're not 100% everything they crack up to be when it comes down to what job you're using them for. Once again, the right tool for the right job makes a big difference. So That's the video for today, folks, and I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate you watching. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your nose less snotty. Thanks for watching.